Hey, good morning. How you going? You're with Max. Today, just a short video. I'm gonna pull my Harley apart. Got sick of the paint job. I've been really bored with it for a long time, and I haven't actually ridden my Harley for quite some time. Had health issues, and making excuses, of course, but I've got to get out on it sometime. And I thought, what better way than to get the enthusiasm up than with a new paint job. I don't know what the hell I'm going to paint yet. I've been looking and looking and looking at it, and can't make my mind up. So there she is there. Plus, I've got another project I'm going to start soon. I've got an old 81 280 ZX. It's a Datsun or Nissan, really. It was on the cusp of when Datsun became Nissan. But it was my daily driver for a while, and I deregistered it because I wanted to just, instead of having two regos, I thought, too expensive, I'll deregister it. It needs a little bit of body work and paint and all the rest. So I kind of put it on the back burner, and unfortunately it's been there for a couple of years. I did all the body work at one stage. I did all the panel beating, the priming. It's been sitting in primer for ages. I put new glass in it. I'll show you in a second anyway, but I'll show you my bike. I have shown you in a previous video, but I'm just, the paint job doesn't do it for me anymore. And I thought, as you can see there's a lot of black. And I mean, Harleys, they're all black, or not all, but black, it's boring. So my thinking is maybe add a little bit of something interesting, a bit of candy, a little bit of color, do some really good artwork on it when I work out what I want. Maybe portraiture, I'm not sure yet. So today's video, I'm gonna take the tins off that, the tank and guards, but I'll take you down the backyard and show you my Datsun. So this is the Street Bob. I've had it since 2013. The artwork's just pissing me off. I got like a Grim Reaper there, and the artwork's pretty average. And as I said, she's all black. There's a little bit of purple in it, but even the art's kind of black and white. There's on one side the bad wizard, and there's the dark angel, and it's facing off against the good angel. See the handlebars too, they're annoying me. I want to get a better set of bars for that. Chuck those ones out. This side I've got the good wizard. And he's got a spell book, and it looks like he's making a potion there. And just around the corner here is his familiar, his owl. And also on the front guard is the same dude again. I don't mind that. That's very sort of, well, not really Gandalf, but it's that kind of thing. It's got his owl in the background. It's dusty as hell. As you can see, it's got a good healthy coating of dust. But there is purple flames through there. So the plans with this bike is change out the handlebars. What else? I want to get a sissy bar for the back, for here. So when I do have a passenger or say a backpack, I can strap it to the sissy bar, which means I'll have to change out the tail lights too. And for God knows whatever reason, I left the stupid reflectors on the side. So when I paint it this time, I'm going to take those off, and the ones on the front forks. I'm going to have to take those off. I wasn't intending on pulling too much off it, but if I can take them off without making a mess. So mainly just tank, front guard, back guard, and side covers. There's the wizard again. Don't know how well you can see that. Looking in his spell book. And on this side, I've just got a skull, and same with the horn. I don't mind that. I don't know if I'll get rid of that. I might keep the horn as it is yet. So that's the Harley. And the swimming pool. Got to take the cover off at some time. It's been tempted to go for a swim a few times. And here's where the Datsun's been sitting in the big shed. So I originally wanted to, I did the airbrushing on the bonnet, and I kind of decided against it. So that's all going to go. I'm going to sand it off, and it's all just going to go red. And I was going to go a nice metallic red, but I've decided I'm just going to go a nice, just a nice plain red. Nothing too fancy. Just restore it back to its former glory. I've got to polish these mags up, so I've got to get cutting compound and buffer and get them up like new. And the tyres I've got to replace. And I've got all the what do you call it, capping and stuff to go around. And you can see I did do all the prep a couple of years ago, but it's been sitting in here. I mean, even though it's undercover, it's still a big open shed, and there's, even though it's not, you know, like a structural rust, it's got a few breakouts here and there of surface. I mean, that's nothing. I can I'll re-prep the whole thing and give another coat of primer. It's got the targa top, but what I've got to try and source, and the main thing is the big rubber strip that goes like right around the rubber seals. And I've got the rubber seals, I think, in the other shed for these little windows. I lost the petrol cap one night, put a cheapie on there, cheap service station one. Got to replace that, get the original cap. I put a new fuel pump under there, but that was probably a year ago now. It hasn't been, so I don't know if it's got it, but you can't siphon the fuel out of this. It's got to siphon coils down the fuel filler. So this thing does actually have the body kit. It's got the side skirts for there, and it's got the wing that goes across the back gate. I've got to get new seals for the tail lights, and what else? So basically that's it. The reason it's not going is a thing called the dropping resistor, and because this is an early model, like an 81 model, it was the first of the fuel injected engines, so it's very antiquated, very old. If I can open it, as you can see, covered in dust and dirt and all sorts. It's sat like this for a couple of years. A friend of mine did the timing chain. The dropping resistor is the one that's in its buggered it's not going. See, that's the old one just sitting there. But they are serial number specific, so you have to get the numbers on it and actually get the correct one. So I have actually sourced one. I've got one coming from America. I've got to get another battery, probably get one this week. And I've got to go through and just clean all the dust and dirt and shit off it. And it needs a few things. There's a bearing I've got to replace in the power steering canister there. So I'm getting closer to getting it going, and the interior is not bad. It needs a little bit of a tidy up. So that's the interior. I've got to fit the glove box again. I had it sitting up at my friend's workshop for a little while, and ants got into it, so I ended up pulling out the glove box and cleaning out the ants. But there's a few cobwebs in here. I actually cleaned all of this out just recently. Gave it a good scrub. There's the back seat. So I've got all the parts for it. I pulled the thing apart, labelled all the parts, put them in the other shed. So I've just basically got to go through and do a big sort out. Plus this mechanic guy did a bit of a butchered job, but he took out the old immobiliser. See, in Western Australia you have to have an immobiliser fitted to your car. So I do intend to have this taken down to an auto electrician and get them to fit a brand new one. So anyway, this is going to be a project I'll be doing this year, and I'll video everything, of course, so you guys can check out the progress. So as soon as I can get this running, she'll be in the shed where my airbrushing is, like all my tools and everything. It's just that to get into our shed, there's a big like an angle, a slope to drive up. You can't push a car in it. So I'm going to have to get this thing running so I can actually drive it up. There is a little bit of rust, I think, in the sill panel, and I think in here somewhere on the inside. So I'm probably going to have to take the guard off it, and I'll get it up on the hoist, and I'll get underneath, and I'll check out underneath the sill panel. So I'm going to cut out whatever rust there is and weld in new plates. So she'll be rust free. I'll put new paint on it, new tyres, get it running, and get the old police inspection done, the pit pass as we call it, get her re-registered again, and I'll be content to just keep this and use it as a, well, I wouldn't say daily driver, but drive it pretty regularly. Anyway, and there's my chooks. Hey chooks, what you doing, girls? They're good layers too. Always get tons of eggs out of them.
the guards are off, all except for one. This one around here, it's got a Phillips head screw. It goes under here, and because I haven't taken it off for so long, it's really stuck. And the head of it's slightly burred, so getting it off with a screwdriver is proving to be difficult. So I'll muck around with that till I get it. Front guard's off it, tank obviously gone, back guard, and got all the bits here. Got to take this plastic piece off. I never liked that about Harleys, how they started putting all this plastic crap on there, but I'll take that off anyway before I paint it. These silly reflectors are coming off. So the next thing I'm going to be doing with this, I'll give everything a good clean up, and once it's clean, I'm going to mask everything. Like I won't take this right off, I don't need to. I'm just going to mask around it, mask all this up, and anything else, maybe that under there. Pop these off, take that off, and that's it. Basically, the next thing will be to clean and mask it up, and then I'll start sanding it all back. I don't have to do any repairs because it's in pretty good condition. No dents or gouges or scratches, no stone chips. Always check to see if there's stone chips. Stone chips you usually have to sand right back, you have to feather back. But she's in good nick, so as I said, plastic bits when you paint these. Anything plastic, if you're going to paint over it, you need to use a plastic adhesion promoter. So what that does is you do a layer of that on the plastic first, and that allows the paint to have something to stick to, because plastic's very notorious for paint not sticking to it. Anyway, I slopped a lot of the paint, the petrol from the tank on me. I had a bit more than I thought. I was carrying it, and it all went pretty much all down my shirt and trousers, so I stink of fuel. So I'm going to end the video here and head off and have a shower. So the next video, I'll mask these up and I'll start sanding, and then hopefully between now and then I've got to come up with some sort of paint / design or artwork. Anyway, that's me for another video, so smash the like button and please subscribe to help my channel grow, and I'll be back as soon as I come up with some cool artwork for my bike. So as always, take care.